Okay, so we're dealing with the ejector. It's already installed the can. The vent is up there ready to come down. So a couple of tips. Again, just sharing stuff with you that I've learned over the years. I kind of kept saying over the years, but when you start getting old, you realize, yeah, it's a lot of years. This is the cord for the alarm and the power. I usually come this way with it, or it doesn't really matter which way you come, but what is important is don't do this. When you put the lid on, have a lot of cord inside that can either mess up the float, because that is the switch. In case you didn't know, for those of you who've never seen the inside of an ejector, that's the switch. This is a Zoller. I like Zoller, not promoting or against any manufacturer, but I like Zoller pumps. And Myers. Someone commented on Myers. Myers makes a good pump. So this is the switch, turns it on. What happens when the when the pump fails? This is the alarm right here. So what happens is you'll hear it. Hear that? That's a weight in there. And it's, I guess they call it a mercury switch is one of the terms they use for it. And the pump fails and the tank fills up. It'll float this float till it does this, and that closes the circuit on the alarm, which there is an audible alarm you'll see in a later video, in the next video maybe. And so the reason I say don't hang a lot of cord inside is because, number one, see already, the cord could get in the way of the switch and affect it. More so, I have opened these and seen, whatever, enough cord in here to actually get tangled in the float. So keep the cord really short, just enough to reach the lid. Works. The other thing I'll say, see how the float is around the cord now? You want to have the float by itself. So the cord comes up, make sure it's short, like that. In fact, the lid closed, this is enough cord right there to go through the lid and doesn't affect anything. The other thing is watch the alarm float. They kind of got this one in a good spot. This was from the factory, and usually they get it right. Sometimes you get them and you have to rotate the switch. What you don't want is it on this side, so it gets caught in here, or hits the motor, or this little pigtail here should be really short. I see them long, or guys replace the switch, guys and gals, and the switch goes down in between here and gets jammed. I've seen them get jammed with the float, and the float would come up in a really weird condition, but I have seen it. The float would come up, push the alarm up through the, I don't know how the hell he did it, but it was push, oh, I know what he did. He ran the cord here through the bail loop. And this bail loop is there so that nothing interferes with that switch. So anyway, there you go. This one looks pretty good. If the water were to float up, it would be here and sound. We'll see that in a later video. Just want to show you a few tips over the years that I have learned, and always like sharing it with others. In the 60s, for a while, we did a lot of ejectors and a lot of well pumps. And there were submersible wells. We call them bullets. So you guys seen the torpedoes. All kinds, but a lot of bullets. And the old days of dragging out the three pipes, tying them together with a chain and a block and tackle, and just getting tired trying to get that torpedo out of the ground. But yep, just wanted to show you that. So we're in the process of getting the lid locked down. One of the things I also suggest, I haven't done it yet, is let's see, I'm going to put, for the bolts, if you look close here, the inserts in the can are brass. The bolts they give for these are mild steel, metal. And I'll show one to you. And here you go. Whoops, see if it'll focus. Focus. Oh, this way. There you go. That is a mild steel bolt. Trying to get the letters on it. You know, the letters on the bolt head mean something, by the way. This is not a hardened bolt. It's not a strength bolt. A high tensile, you know, I mean strong. If you did, you see 3 dashes on top. It's just mild steel. Now, I'll tell you exactly what will happen. It'll only take, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months. Because this is steel and because the insert is brass, they're dissimilar metals. So you know what's going to happen. It's going to seize. And I would imagine if I own the company that made these covers, I don't even know if the can is made by Zoller or not. It could be that Zoller has them made for them. I'm just looking for some. I see a part number. There you go. So you can look it up. I might actually read the instructional manual on this when I'm done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this on it. Let's see if this thing will focus. There you go. This is anti-seize. This is made by Loctite, or it's called Loctite Henkel. Again, not supporting or knocking down any manufacturer or product. This one's good. It says up to 1600 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, this won't reach that. But the idea is you put this on the threads, and that will slow down the process. Actually, will stop it from seizing in the brass. If you don't, probably in 3 months to 6 months' time, you go to unscrew these bolts. Anyone who's done it before, the bolt snaps off. I'm going to put anti-seize on it, but because I'm going to be the one maintaining this ejector, I'm actually going to go get brass bolts and still use anti-seize. So I have brass on brass. And because, as I said, I'm going to be the one taking care of it. Usually that's what I do regardless. But at the very least, put anti-seize on it. All right. We're going to put this together. So let's get on with it.